watch, I'm gonna show you this.
You can't idolize the Bible like God ain't
Egyptians, right?
now.
You heard we was Egyptians. Right, that's what we like to say. You know why we say that? Because we don't know who we are and we trying to cleave to something. Let me get some type of history of myself. Oh, black Egyptians look like us, they dark skinned. We Egyptians. But guess where we was at in Egypt? You know where black people was at? Us, the Israelites was at? Slaves. We were slaves. That was our ancient slave master. Our first slave master was the ancient Egyptians. They had us as slaves. I'm going to show you Exodus 1:13.
Hey, while you're in the first 5 seconds of the video, go ahead, like and subscribe.
Watch this, Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something too, sis. Did y'all know that slave ships and slavery was documented in the Bible?
Yeah, we gotta forgive them though.
Did you know that?
We have to forgive them.
You heard of that before? What you hear?
We can't do the same thing they do. We can't do the same thing they do.
Yeah, have you ever heard that like slave ships and slavery and all this stuff was documented in the Bible?
Oh no, not the slavery part.
Okay, watch, I'm gonna show you this.
You can't idolize the Bible like God ain't
Egyptians, right?
now.
You heard we was Egyptians. Right, that's what we like to say. You know why we say that? Because we don't know who we are and we trying to cleave to something. Let me get some type of history of myself. Oh, black Egyptians look like us, they dark skinned. We Egyptians. But guess where we was at in Egypt? You know where black people was at? Us, the Israelites was at? Slaves. We were slaves. That was our ancient slave master. Our first slave master was the ancient Egyptians. They had us as slaves. I'm going to show you Exodus 1:13. Because look, a lot of times we go back and we try to think, oh, we the Egyptians, we great, we mighty, but them just Hamites. They not the same. When you read the history of the Bible, you had Noah, he had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is where the Egyptians come out of. We come from Shem. We come from Abraham line. We don't come from Ham. That's a whole different type of people. That's why they kind of look like us and they dark skin like us and got like hair like us and sometimes they got facial features like us, but we totally different types of people. That's why when they came over there, the white man, it was easy for them to say, oh, these people right here, these black people, these not our people. Take them and sell them. Because what? They wasn't selling their own people. They was selling us, the Jews. That's who we are. But watch this. Exodus 1:13.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 13. And the Egyptians.
And the who?
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel.
That's us. The ancient Egyptian made right here the children of Israel, who you see on this sign. Read.
To serve with rigor.
You know what the word rigor means, sis? It means hard bondage, hatred. They said that ancient Egyptians made us to serve with rigor. Read on, watch this.
And they made their lives bitter.
You see that? And the ancient Egyptians, they didn't make our lives great. We wasn't ruling. God said they made our lives bitter. That sound familiar? Sound like America, don't it? That's why God said this is what? Spiritually Egypt. Because what? We going through the same thing that we went through in ancient Egypt. Read.
With hard bondage in mortar and in brick.
So, you know those pyramids? Guess who built them? We did. You on point. Our forefathers built them. How? By force. Slave labor. That's how we built those pyramids. Read.
And in all manner of service in the field. All this.
In the where?
In the field.
What's going on right here? It said the Egyptians made us serve with all manner of service in the field. That sound familiar? Wait a minute. Didn't we do that here in America? Right. Serve in the field, the cotton field, the sugar cane field, tobacco field. The Bible said that happened to us already before. But let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Why did this happen to us? Why is this continuously happening to us? Why do we always go in slavery? We go in slavery so much. The prophet Jeremiah said, are we homeborn slaves? Is our purpose on earth just to be slaves as a people? That's how much we've been in slavery as a nation of people. Watch this. Young brothers, Check that out. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it up.
But it shall come to pass.
Now, this is Moses. We came out of Egypt. Moses speaking to the Israelites. He told us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's who we are. We the Israelites. Those titles and bywords that's on the right is the titles and bywords that was given to us due to slavery. We was never called that before slavery. We was always called Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh. We weren't called those things. We were called what God called us, Judah. We weren't called African American. African American has no purpose or meaning, nor do Puerto Rican. It means nothing.
God is upset.
But God gave us glorified names, Judah, Benjamin. That's our forefathers. Watch this, read on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
All praises, read.
to observe, to do all his commandments.
So God said if we don't listen to God and observe as a people to do all the what?
Commandments.
Did that say religion? Did that say denomination? It didn't say any of those things. It said what? Commandments. You the Israelite. You're an Israelite. Listen. Yes, sir, listen.
To do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Watch this.
That all these curses,
If we didn't do it, God said he would do what?
all these curses
Curses is bad. So he said all these curses, read.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said if we didn't do it, sis, God said all these curses will come upon us and overtake us till when?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
God said we was going to be cursed in the city. Look where we live at in our living conditions.
Bring it out.
We always at the bottom no matter where you go. You can go to Africa, you can go to Europe, you can go to South America, you can go to North America, you can go anywhere on the planet, Russia. You're going to find blacks and Hispanics at the bottom in the ghettos. That's what God said we was going to be at for disobeying his commandments. We're going to have the worst jobs. We're going to be waiting for the city bus. Have you ever heard of a city bus in the suburbs? I don't. They ain't got none out there because they ain't cursed. We cursed. We cursed as a people. We go through oppression. We go through hate. Even how our people acting right now, this a curse. Watch this, 28.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
You see that? Madness meaning mental illness. God said he was going to curse us as a people. So much that we're going to have mental illnesses in our neighborhoods and communities. Ain't our kids the one that's always getting diagnosed with PTSD, all these other ADHD and all these other, what you say? Written on all these other diseases and dysfunctions in our mind, mental illnesses. God said what? We will be cursed. Mental illnesses, read.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
God said he's going to smite us with what?
Madness.
You see this? You see that? That's madness. That's madness. Is the Bible a true book or what, man? Are we making this stuff? Oh, we reading out the Bible, bro. Is the Bible a true book or what? God said he's going to smite us with madness as a people. God said, I'm going to show you how true it is. I'm going to bring the madness to you today. I'm going to bring it to you today. You're going to see it. Read.
And blindness and astonishment of heart.
God said he going to smite us with blind. You know what the blindness is? The light right here shining in front of you, but they can't see it. This is love, showing them who they are, but they can't see it. God said we're going to be smitten with blindness. We're going to be smitten with blindness as a people. That's one of the curses. Watch this, 32. Read.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Then he said, another curse I'm going to add to you, along with the blindness, along with the madness, along with being cursed at the bottom. He said, I'm going to take your children and give them to a whole nother race of people. Wait a minute. Does that sound familiar?
Bring it out.
Didn't our people get taken and given to a whole nother race of people? To the white people? To the Caucasian people? Didn't that happen to us? But God was talking to the Israelites. That's how we know. That's us. Even today, CPS come take away your children. Can you do anything about it? No, they tell you when you get your kids back. And then on top of that, they put them in these foster homes. And guess what happened in these foster homes? These foster homes sell your kids. They give them to other people to keep and they pay them. to keep your kids from you.
Is what I'm saying.
And you gotta go to that foster mother to see your kid, bruh.
Okay, so
That's slavery. That's what God said would happen to the Israelites for disobeying His commandments. During this time, we would have never thought we would come that low, bruh. To have to run to another group of people to ask for our kids back. We would have never thought we would have came to this low estate. But due to our pride, due to our disobedience, due to us disobeying the order that God set up, man, then woman, due to all of that, God said, I'm going to make sure these curses come to pass on you. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So guess what? When our sons and daughters were getting kidnapped and taken, when we crying for our kids back, when we begging to get our children back, bro, look how far this is, bro. Look at this ocean right here. Your children all the way over here get snatched from you and get brought all the way over to the Americas. Bro, you ain't never seeing them again, bro. But that's what God said will happen to us for disobeying His commandments. God is just. He gave us these rules and stipulations and told us if we broke it, this what was going to happen. We broke the covenant. It wasn't God. That's why a lot of times when we go through things, you see children get murdered, you see people get murdered, kidnapped, we get to blame and God, why is this happening to us, God? What happened? God said, I told you if you break my commandments, I'm going to curse you. You broke my commandments. And we agreed, bro. We put this in blood. We said, everything you said, Lord, we're going to do. Well, I'm going to show you. Exodus 24. Hold that. Exodus 24:7. I'm going to show you. Everything we said, everything God said that He would do to us as a people is because we accepted it as a nation. We signed the dotted line and said, everything you said, Lord, if we disobey, go ahead and judge us. We just forgot. Because when we come back, we don't remember our past. You don't remember the past self. But God said, read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 7. And He took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people.
So just like we doing today, He took the Bible, the book of the covenant, this is our covenant right here, and He read it in the sight of all the people. Read.
And they said, all that the Lord has said, we will do.
What do we say as a people?
We will do.
God said, look, everybody on this sign right here. Everybody on this sign said, everything you said in this Bible, Lord, we gonna do it. That's what we said. We put that covenant in blood with God. You think God gonna allow that to go and not judge us for disobeying?
He gotta do it for us.
No, bro, He the creator. God don't forget. God ain't wishy-washy and two-faced. Read.
All He said we will do and be obedient.
And do what?
And be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
You see what God said? He took the blood and sprinkled it on us. That was the what? Confirmation. Now go back to Deuteronomy 28. So now, when we read these curses, now it's making sense. Damn, okay. We did agree to get judged if we don't obey you, Lord. We did agree, just like a parent, like I said earlier, just like a parent, you give your children rules. You got to get this grade at school. You got to do this. I know when I was going, my mama told me that. You got to get a 3-point. You can't get no C's or you getting your ass whooped. And that's what happened. When I got the C, I got a whooping. When I got anything outside of the 3-point, I got a whooping. Why? Because that was the covenant or agreement that my mama told me. The same thing with the Most High. I gave you laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not supposed to eat whatever you want to eat. You ain't supposed to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster.
Bring it out.
Any fish you want to eat, it got to have fins and scales.
Bring it out.
That's what God told us. We say, yes, sir, we agree. And then we get over here, we eating catfish. We eating lobster. We eating pork ribs. And we think those are delicacies. Oh, lobster's a delicacy. No, that's sin, bruh. That's why we got high blood pressure, bruh. You ain't getting the message yet. All the diabetes and high-end diseases we get from these foods that we eat, we still ain't get the message from God. We shouldn't be eating it. Because we are heavy. Read that, y'all. No, 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So remember, we read Egypt was what for us? What was we in Egypt? We were slaves. We read that. In Egypt, we were slaves, right? We were slaves. So God said He was going to bring us into a place like Egypt, meaning into slavery again. How?
With ships.
When did we go into slavery again? On cargo slave ships as a people.
Help thou shalt not steal.
1619, 1492. The Bible is a history book. This is Bible prophecy right here. The Bible said through the prophet Moses that in the future, if y'all don't obey God and y'all break his commandments, I'm gonna make sure y'all go into slavery on slave ships. And then when you get to that destination that's not your homeland, so when we get from the west coast of Africa and we come all the way over here to the island of Hispaniola, when we come all the way over here and then migrate up to the island of North America, to South America, to Brazil, when you get to these locations, watch what's gonna happen.
Again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Then he said, have we seen our homeland as a nation? We don't even know where our homeland is. Where our homeland is? You don't know. Where our homeland at, bro? I remember you. How you doing? Okay, all praise. Our home, we don't know, right? Us as a people, we don't know our homeland. We would say something like Africa, or we would say anywhere in Africa, but where? I'm going to show you. Watch this. Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
When we got off the slave ship, what happened? We were sold. Now, did that happen in history? Yeah, we know that as the transatlantic slave trade. That's what we know it as today. But the Bible called it what? Prophecy.
Bring it out.
The Bible said it's prophecy. Now it's history to us. Now we're looking at it like, oh yeah, that happened. That was just, 200 years ago, 300 years ago. Yeah, that happened. I remember that. But God told us that would happen to us through Moses if we disobeyed. So a lot of times when you want to wonder and think, damn, why do we go into slavery as a people? We so mighty, we so strong, we so smart, but we let a people that's the basis of all the nations, the white man, come and conquer us and take us over. It don't make no sense, bro. When you look at all the sports and you look at everything, they don't even rule. They not top ranked in none of those things. We are. We the mightiest in all of them. The best fighter, John Jones, hands down.
So we can get some real
black man, whooping everybody. But guess what? We still get oppressed and whooped in the streets by these people. We still getting put in their jails and persecuted. Why these things happening to us? Don't even listen to that. That's foolishness. We already read over it earlier. That's foolishness. How did I know a scarf was going to come to the camp today? Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
So he said when you got off those ships, we was going to be what? Sold. Nigga, sold to Johnson in Tennessee. That's how we got these last names. Like Johnson, for Hispanics, Garcia, Fernando, Smith. These ain't our names.
Bring it up.
Bro, we was never calling ourselves no damn Smith when we was in our land. We was calling ourselves Israel. That's the name God gave us. Israelite. That's what we was calling ourselves. We weren't calling ourselves no Smith Johnson. We sitting up here, oh, it's a Johnson family reunion. You having a reunion of the white man last name that put you in slavery?
Bring it out.
That's what your reunion is about?
Right.
So your ancestors been having the name Johnson passed down, and you want to keep that name and have a damn reunion about it and celebrate?
Bring it out.
We crazy, bro. We don't know anything. That's the madness that God said he was going to have on us.
Nation is men leading by example.